Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. In this tutorial we're going to take our assemble edit and we're going to enter trim mode and use our keyboard only to refine this edit and start to shape and play the emotions a little bit more effectively. And before we do that, there's a couple of things we'll need to do in terms of getting the keyboard set up effectively. For those of you who are used to Premiere or Final Cut Pro maybe, this can seem a little bit sort of tedious and arduous at first, but I can assure you, once you get used to using the keys, you'll really start to feel like you're editing drama effectively and without having to use that dreaded razor tool and end up fiddling around and chopping up little bits of frames where you don't want to. So it can be a bit of a weird process for those who are going to be new to using the keyboard in trim mode, but I can assure you with practice and in time you'll have a much more rewarding editing experience. Now, to get things set up we need to go into two places. We're going to go to Tools, Command Palette. I'd also like you to go to File, Settings, and can you go please to User and scroll down to Keyboard and double click the top one that's got the tick next to it. There we go. I can close that window down now. There's a couple of things we need to do. I'm going to go up to my command palette and I'm going to go to Edit, and there's two functions, top and tail, and I'd like to grab top and put it onto Q on the keyboard. And I'd like to grab tail and put that onto W on the keyboard. I'd like to also go up to the command palette and go to Move and go to Previous Event. I'd like to drag here and go to Next Event. I'd like to drag here. We can close the keyboard down now, and the one thing you might want to do as a final thing, we're going to click on Play. And it says here toggle digital audio scrub. I'm going to drag that and put it onto the toolbar here. I would recommend you do the same. Let's close command palette down. We want a little bit more visual space, so I'm going to click on show single monitor. All we need to do really is look at the results of our edit. We don't need the source monitor at the moment. Oh, and there's one other thing I think we need to do as well, just in terms of getting the software set up and ready to go. If you can just do a right click here please and go to Composer Settings, can you go to Move and make sure you've got Stop at Tail Frames checked, Ignore Track Selectors checked, Stop on Keyframes, Ignore Track Selectors, you can kind of leave as they are, but make sure the other ones are unchecked. So that's what we're looking for. Stop at tail frames is checked, ignore track selectors is checked, and we're going to click on OK. What that means is if I use my up and down arrow keys, I can quickly get from edit far more effectively than dragging my time marker. So now you've got that set, you can use the up and down arrow keys to very quickly get across the edit. Right, let's get to work. Let's go down to the timeline, and that toggle digital audio scrub, we're going to click that on. There's not much sound in here, but it does mean when you're scrubbing through the timeline you can hear any audio that has been attached or synced to the footage. And you can actually hear the director calling action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rest my time marker. Let's just play it. And I want to cut out this part of the clip. I'm going to use the Q key, and the Q will trim to the left of the time marker. If I press W, it will trim to the right of the time marker. So if I press W, it will remove all of this portion here. If I press Q, it will remove this portion here, which I'm now going to do. Q, done, nice and quick. And again, without the fuss of having to use razor tools, reselect and then delete. Does it in one go. Let's press play. That edit's working pretty well. I'm happy with that. We can leave that as it is. Now I think we need to make a bit of a refinement here, so I'm just going to scrub through it slowly. Yeah, I think I can see what it is. The actor is doing a really good performance here, nice, strong, looking forward, but we've got that glance down, and that's suggesting another emotion, so I think I want to trim that. So I'm going to remove that glance down by putting my time marker here, and on this occasion I'm going to press W. W will trim all of this portion and do a nice trim edit. Done. That's fantastic. Right, let's now play again. You'll notice I'm not going back and checking the edits. Again, if you do that, you lose the rhythm of the scene. Power through, do your edits, duplicate it, and then do another pass. Now I feel we are moving away from this chap a bit too quickly. I want a bit more time for him to settle in. So I'm going to press U, and U is going to take us into trim mode. Now that we've pressed U, we see on the left the outgoing clip and on the right the incoming clip. And down here the edit point has now been turned into trim mode. And there are 3 types of edit you can do in trim mode. And the keys you need to use here are P, left bracket, and right bracket. Okay, I'll repeat that. The keys that we use are P, left bracket, and right bracket. I'm going to press P, and what that's doing is that's now going to trim to the left of the edit. Or in my case, I want to add time to the left of the edit. I want to add time of this man sitting down, and I can do that in one of 2 ways. One of them is to press full stop, and if you watch the monitor, it's actually adding frames. He's now sitting in and really contemplating his evening. I can press comma, and comma removes the edits. If you're feeling more adventurous, you can actually do this in real time as well. I can press L to add time to the outgoing point, spacebar to stop, or you can press J to rewind and remove time. I'm going to use L because I do like to watch the actors work in real time if I can, so I'm going to press L. He settles in, and that lovely little flick of his hand on the pint, I think that's a nice point to stop the edit. So to come out of trim mode, we press Y, and we're back in what we call normal source record mode. I'm not going to check that edit. It may work, it may not, but I want to stay in the rhythm of the scene and let things carry on. So let's press play. Okay. I think I might need to add a bit of time to her reaction. So let's go back and have a look. It feels like we're coming into that emotion a little bit quickly. So let's go back here. I'm going to press U again. On this occasion then I'm going to press right bracket. So that's right bracket, which means we are going to extend or add time here to the beginning of this clip. I'm going to use J to add time to the beginning. I think we're going to stay on that nice fixed stare. I'm quite keen on that. It's a nice element of performance. I do like that very much. I'm going to press Y to come out of that mode, back to source record mode, and let's carry on. Okay, she's assessing him. I think I want a little bit more time of her assessing him, so I'm going to press U to go into trim mode one more time. P, because I want to add time to the outgoing edit, to the end here. And on this occasion I'm going to use full stop. I'm going to do it frame by frame. So let's add time. I want to keep that nice fixed stare. A nice blink there, that's good. 2 blinks, I think I might be overdoing the point a bit, so I'm going to use comma to take the second blink out. Let's have a look and just gauge that again. 1 blink. Oh no, there's 2 blinks, but we've got a new thing now. She's actually doing some sort of more physical movement, so I think I might remove the blinks and just focus on that hard stare. It's nice, dominant and powerful facial performance. I'm going to press Y to come out of that mode and go back to source record mode, and let's press play and carry on. Again, feels like it's a little bit quick coming off in, so I'm going to press U, go into trim mode, P, because I want to add time to the outcoming edit, and again I'm going to press L. Let's maybe let him put his drink down and see what happens. That's a nice point for me. Again, press Y to come out of trim mode. That's good, I like that. That's a nice, quite hard emotion coming in there. Might need a bit of refinement on the next pass, but we'll see. He's having a good study of him. That's good, I'm happy with that. Now, we've definitely got a problem there. Let's go back, and I'm going to use my frame by frame. I'm going to use the arrows, left and right key. So let's go right arrow key, and if you just watch here, he looks up and we cut. That's going to be a bit of a mental hiccup for the audience. So have a look at it one more time. The audience will know something's wrong, but they won't quite know why. He begins a new emotion, so I'm going to use my right arrow key. Let's just look at it. He's thinking, and that move of the eye there suggests a new emotion's coming in. We can add time and play the emotion. Let's try that now. So I'm going to press U, I'm going to press P, because we want to add time to the end of this edit. I'm going to use full stop just to keep pressing. Yeah, nice little change in his mouth there. I like that, so I'm going to keep that in. I'm going to press full stop a couple more times. What I'm looking for is change of emotion in the face. He's nice and still at the moment. I don't want to sort of cut when there's a new emotion coming in. So that's a nice bit of stillness. I like that. Let's press Y to come out of that mode, and let's carry on. That's good. That's working really well. Cutting away way too quickly there. She looks up, but we're cutting away way too fast. It's not giving the audience enough time to register the good performance and the emotion that's playing on the actor's face. I'm going to press U, P, because I want to add time to the end of her edit. And again, I'm going to press L, so I want to watch the performance in real time. I want to add time. Let's press L. She looks down and looks up and laughs. That was good, I like that. Do I want to keep the laugh in? I'm not sure. So I'm going to press J, and let's wind back. Let's press K. Let's press L again. L is going to just add time. Do I keep the laugh? I'm not sure yet. And these are the fascinating things we get to decide as editors. Do we keep those beats in? Do we keep the laugh, or do we keep on that nice, dominant, good, strong look from the actor? I think I'm going to leave it like that. I think if I add that laugh in, I'm playing too many beats. The performance is good, but I think as an editor, I might be overemphasizing it too much. I might leave that smile for a little bit later on. So let's go back and end on that nice, fixed look. Let's press Y to come out of trim mode, and I'm going to leave him looking back at her, and I think that's a good first start. I'm going to select my edit. I'm going to go to edit and duplicate, and I'm going to call the duplicate edit 2. I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to work from the duplicate. And I would recommend, ladies and gentlemen, you get into this practice if you can. Every time you do a pass and make some refinements, duplicate it and work from the duplicate. What this means is as you work through your work and refine and craft the emotions of the scenes, your director and yourself can always go back and look at previous versions and actually start to assess the progress that's been made, or whether actually you're overcutting and destroying the emotion too much. So do get into the habit of duplicating and working for the duplicate whenever you can. We will work on some extra tools and some extra refinements in trim mode in the next tutorial. See you then.